Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Kapil, welcoming you all at Sriram's IAS. As you know, we have been discussing few important topics from current affairs or the things which are happening around us. And we look at those things, those phenomena from geography optional point of view. Today, the topic is atmospheric rivers. As the name suggests, it looks like that there is a river in the atmosphere. Let me tell you, it is really like that. ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में एक नदी बह रही है और जैसी नदियां हम देखते हैं हमारे अर्थ सरफेस पे, लेट मी टेल यू, इट हैज immense water, in fact more than that, probably 7 8 10 times 15 times more than those rivers which are flowing on the surface. So they have huge amount of water vapor and say water as such. Now what are atmospheric rivers? In a very crude term, in a very crude way, I have explained this. It is almost like rivers in the atmosphere. How's that? Narrow, these atmospheric rivers, they are narrow elongated corridors of concentrated water vapor in the atmosphere. Say in the atmosphere, say around 2 to 3 kilometer of height, say a river is flowing, a corridor is there where a lot of water vapor, lot of moisture is available in this, and it is flowing say in a very particular direction, say from west to east. Generally they are influenced by the jet streams. So generally they are influenced by the jet streams. So they generally flow from west to east because jet streams move from west to east. Jet stream is another topic, probably we can discuss any other day. Now they transport moisture from the tropics, subtropics to higher latitudes. Yes, at times because they are also under the influence of westerlies. So if you think so, like this, yes, now this is your trade winds, and here in this region you have your westerlies. So generally these waters are also, or these moistures are also taken towards the higher latitude as well. They trigger intense rainfall, snow when encountered with the topography, when they encountering the topography. What if they are suppose they are moving like this, and then there is a mountain range. So tell me, when this air full of moisture, this river full of moisture is going to interact with this mountain, don't you think it will rise up? And as soon as it rises up, clouds are formed because the temperature goes down, the relative humidity increases, its capacity to contain that moisture decreases, so it condenses, it creates clouds, and then it will rainfall, and then this rainfall becomes very heavy. Why? I'll explain that. Now there are key features, these how long, how wide they are. So 250 to 500 kilometer thick they can be, and their length can be 1000 to 2000 kilometer. That means they are huge, they are very huge. Located in the lower troposphere around 2 to 3 kilometer. That means अगर हम बोले आसमान में कितनी ऊपर है, तो लगभग 2 से 3 किलोमीटर ऊपर आसमान में हमको दिखाई देती हैं. दिखाई क्या देती है, मतलब वहां पे ये फिनोमिना टेक प्लेस करता है. They carry, now look at this, they carry 7.5 to 15 times more water than Mississippi River. Mississippi River is a big river, and they're suggesting that it contains 7.5 to 15 times. That means it is huge, so much of water. आप सोचो ना, सपोज गंगा नदी है और गंगा नदी से 8 गुना 10 गुना ज्यादा कहीं पे पानी हो, या से 4 गुना 5 गुना भी पानी ज्यादा हो. दैट इज ह्यूज, वेरी ह्यूज. नाउ इट इज कॉमन अलोंग वेस्ट कोस्ट ऑफ कॉन्टिनेंट्स. व्हाई? Because I told you, if westerlies, they are moving from west to east, so obviously they are also moving from west to east. That means whatever topographical features are there, they will interact with them, and that is why they are generally found on the west coast of the continents, because they are flowing under the influence of jet stream and westerlies. So this is the reason. So just it can be asked in your GS also, prelims examination also, and again a very good thing to write in your optional subject as well, because this will show your expertise. Now I wanted to show you this, how they are moving. Suppose this is the continent of North America, now near California. Now see, under the influence of jet stream and westerlies, this warm ocean, yes, it will provide moisture in the atmosphere. Now this moisture in the atmosphere is carried by jet stream and westerlies, say jet stream or say westerlies के through. It is taken into the mainland of say North America. When it goes there, tell me, it was moisture here in the ocean, but once it goes there, moisture supply is cut, fine. But there are a lot of ranges, a lot of mountain, for example here, coastal ranges there, Nevada Sierra ranges there. So lot many topographical or say hill ranges are there which will interact with these water rivers or say atmospheric rivers. Now when they will interact, they will create rainfall because of the mechanism I told you earlier. Once they hear, again I will explain it in the later part of the discussion. So this is how it moves. It is moving from west to east. So obviously in the west you have ocean. When it goes in the east, probably you will get your continent, and because of the interaction with the topography, they will create rainfall, and these rainfall can be really heavy as well. Now, formation mechanism, it originates in warm ocean regions guided by jet stream or westerlies. This is what I told you. Why they are formed in warm ocean region? Because a warm ocean will provide lot of water vapors or say moisture in the lower atmosphere. And these lower atmosphere and these moistures are just kept there. If they are under the influence of westerlies or jet stream, they'll start moving like a river. That's it. So this is why they need warm ocean region. Moisture uplifted by mountains causes precipitation. Suppose this is a mountain and here the moisture is coming. So tell me, once it is rising up, so what will happen? Obviously, the temperature will go down, the relative humidity will go up. And as soon as this situation is created, this is called as a good situation for condensation. Now, condensation ka matlab kya hai? Whatever present in the form of water vapor or say moisture, this water vapor will be converted say in terms of say clouds. और cloud में एक limit के बाद when it is not able to contain or say to hold the water, तब क्या करेगी वो? उसको गिरा देगी सारा. Then this process is called as precipitation. It is called as precipitation. So this is how it happens. This is the mechanism. It is linked with this subtropical dynamics and ocean atmospheric interaction. Yes, ocean atmospheric, because without ocean the moisture cannot be there, and without atmospheric interaction, probably say jet stream or say without westerlies, they do not move. Yes, so for their movement they will need this. So there's a good interaction between ocean and atmosphere per se. Next, classification of atmospheric rivers. It can be beneficial, it can be hazardous. Let me tell you, anything in moderation probably looks good. That is a madhyam marg of Buddhism. Madhyam marg. Now, अगर ये contribute करता है water availability के लिए, तो obviously it is beneficial, right? Rainfall create हो रही है. But what if it becomes too heavy? If it becomes too heavy, it will cause floods and landslides, and that is why it becomes hazardous in nature. Yes, it has a scale also, AR1 to AR5. Obviously, AR5 is the dangerous or the most dangerous one. So it is based on intensity, duration, and impact. This is how the scale is created. But let me tell you, it's just a simple scale. As soon as it is AR1, that means it is not that dangerous. But as soon as it moves toward 3, 4, 5, that means it has started becoming dangerous. Now, impact. Positive में obviously 40 to 60% of annual precipitation. It recharges snow peaks and groundwater as well. So whatever the benefit of rainfall is, that is there. But negative, again, floods, landslide, infrastructure damage, crop loss. This can also happen because if it becomes heavier, if it crosses a limit, उसके बाद तो ये नुकसानदेह हो जाएगी ना. That is harmful. And snow melt induced flooding due to warm airs. At times what is happening, because these atmospheric rivers under the influence of jet stream or say westerlies, when they move, they have a lot of these water vapor or say moisture. They have their own latent heat and they become very warm. So what happens when they interact with the snowy areas, snow peaked or say glaciers? So these warm winds or say yes, warm moisture laden winds or rivers, they will actually increase the temperature of those glaciers or say snow, and they will melt. As soon as they melt, don't you think this can again cause flooding? Probably say flooding such as Glof, that is called as glacial lake outburst floods. Such things can be created. So yes, again there's a problem. Now these are certain regions I really wanted to show you, because say in geography optional, also you are writing this in GS also, वहाँ पे इस तरह का मैप बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया जाएगा, that at least you know कि पूरे दुनिया में कहाँ पे, for example से this is कैलिफोर्निया वाला region, नीचे आएंगे थोड़ा सा चिली अर्जेंटीना वाला region, this side थोड़ा सा साउथ अफ्रीका वाला region, all these places पे you will have ARs, that is atmospheric rivers. तो अगर 3-4 भी बना दिया आपने, तो that will be more than enough. Now, just as a case study, I want to touch upon this California one. because in March 2025 something happened. What has happened? Two strong atmospheric rivers caused a record snowfall in Sierra Nevada. This was the place in California. बहुत ज़्यादा snowfall हुआ. Urban flooding, tornadoes, and infrastructure disruption, all these were caused by these precipitation, or say at times warm atmospheric rivers, or say atmospheric rivers which are very much filled with moisture. And evacuations in wildfire zones, loss of power and transit halts, this can be used as a case study. All this had to take place because of these atmospheric rivers. Kaise hua? Let me tell you. See, this is again the same map. I'm telling you a bit different one. Here the water vapor is present, the westerlies or jet stream is moving. All these water vapor is captured by the stream. It will go this side. Here you have this coastal range. Here this has the Sierra Nevada range. Now in between these two mountains, don't you think lot of moisture is trapped, and as soon as it is come here, so probably it will create lot of rainfall here. As soon as it starts rising up orographically, that means किसी भी पहाड़ के सहारे या किसी भी स्लोप के सहारे जब कोई भी एटमॉस्फेरिक रिवर या कोई भी मॉइस्चर से भरी हुई हवा ऊपर जाएगी तो ठंडी होकर के बादल बनेगी, और बादल बनेगी तो बारिश होगी. तो यहाँ पे भी होगा और इन सारे एरियाज में भी बारिश होगी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी तो राइज अप हो रहा है, जिसकी वजह से ये जो पूरा का पूरा रेंज है, दिस होल रेंज और दिस रीजन ऑफ कैलिफोर्निया वाज वेरी मच अफेक्टेड बाय दिस. सो दे आर रिवर इन द स्काई लाइक दैट एंड दे poured on so much of water. कितना वाटर? लेट मी शो यू दिस. दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शन यू कैन हैव इफ AR, that is atmospheric rivers, are very dangerous, or say they have pour down a lot of water. So this can be caused, and California mein it was very much visible in March 2025 that this was caused by atmospheric rivers. Now the thing is that there is some linkage with the climate change as well, with the global warming, rapidly taking place, also causing the climate change. These AR are also becoming very, very intense. Warmer oceans means there will be more moisture. More moisture means there will be stronger ARs. Why? Because see, if the sea or ocean is moderately warm, so it will produce moderate amount of water vapor in the sky, or say in the atmosphere. So these ARs, that is atmospheric rivers, will have decent amount of moisture in them. But what if because of the global warming, ocean warming is also happening? Ocean warming and the warmer ocean will give more moisture in the atmosphere. More moisture means more stronger, or say stronger atmospheric rivers are there, and that is why these climate change or say global warming situation is causing stronger ARs which are very disastrous in nature. Increased frequency, intensity and duration. Obviously if it is completely warmer, it will keep producing the ARs very frequently, and you can also not predict कि ठीक है अभी होगा या अभी नहीं होगा, because anytime it can become. Why? Because the oceans are very warm. There is a concept of hot house earth, where after a point in time, if the global warming takes place in this uncontrolled manner, you will never be able to understand कि next कौन सा phenomena हो जाएगा. अभी बारिश हो रही थी, अचानक से सूखा पड़ जाएगा. अभी फॉरेस्ट फायर था, अचानक से बाढ़ आ जाएगी. तो you will not be able to judge, you will not be able to predict how the weather or say climate would be moving. So that's a very dangerous concept. This is what IPCC has been warning us about. Now ARs also align with IPCC projections of extreme weather trends. This is what I just said. IPCC भी बोल रहा है कि ARs are becoming more and more extreme weather conditions वाले situation में वो आ रहे हैं. Now there is always a confusion between atmospheric rivers and monsoon. क्यों? क्योंकि atmospheric rivers भी हमको ऐसे ही फील होता है कि monsoon भी तो कुछ ऐसे ही आता है, because say India is about to receive monsoon, है ना, in the first week of June, probably earlier this time. So now in this situation we need to understand what are monsoon. Say monsoon का मतलब होता है, लोग बहुत misconception है monsoon का मतलब बारिश, या monsoon का मतलब होता है चाय पकौड़े, monsoon का मतलब होता है romance, monsoon का मतलब होता है गाने, फिल्म, या मॉनसून का मतलब होता है ऐसे बस बारिश से उसको कनेक्ट करते हैं लोग. बट लेट मी टेल यू, इसका बहुत टेक्निकल मीनिंग है. मॉनसून का मतलब होता है देयर इज अ सीजनल रिवर्सल ऑफ विंड, यानी विद द चेंजिंग सीजन देयर विल बी चेंज इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ विंड्स. लेट मी टेल यू, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज समर. समर के टाइम पे this area, the northern plains of India, they become so warm that ITCZ moves here, intertropical convergence zone, and with that sun, because sun is here, with that it becomes, or it creates a low pressure condition. or comparatively because of differential heating of land and water there is high pressure in the ocean, Indian Ocean, और वहां से हवा अंदर की तरफ आती है इंडिया की तरफ, जिसको हम बोलते हैं साउथ वेस्ट मानसून. इट ब्रिंग्स हैवी रेनफॉल इन इंडिया. एट द सेम टाइम सेकंड देखिए, ठंड आ गई, द सन इज एक्चुअली, दैट मीन्स सन इज देयर इन द सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर. इसका मतलब है दिस एरिया इज वेरी मच कूल, दैट मीन्स टेम्परेचर इज वेरी डाउन, और जहां पे टेम्परेचर कम होगा दैट मीन्स इट हैज अ वेरी हाई प्रेशर कंडीशन. और बिकॉज ऑफ डिफरेंशियल हीटिंग, जो नीचे आपका समंदर होगा वहां पे टेम्परेचर वुड बी प्रोबेबली ग्रेटर एंड क्रिएटिंग अ लो प्रेशर कंडीशन, और जिसकी वजह से द विंड्स वुड बी मूविंग फ्रॉम लैंड टू दी सी. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज विंटर मानसून और ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून. नाउ दिस इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एआर ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज एआर कैसे होता है, शॉर्ट लिव्ड है, इंटेंस है, मॉइस्चर लेडन फ्लोज, दैट्स इट, 2 दिन 1 दिन ऐसे होंगे. बट मानसून क्या है, सीजनल है, सस्टेन्ड रेनफॉल सिस्टम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वंस मानसून कम इन इंडिया, हो गया 4 महीने पक्के, कि 4 महीने कुछ ना कुछ होता रहेगा, बारिश होती रहेगी, नहीं होती रहेगी, फिर हो जाएगी, फिर 2 दिन नहीं होगी, फिर 4 दिन बाद हो जाएगी. सो दिस इज समथिंग वेरी परमानेंट, है ना. इट इज एक्चुअली कंट्रोल्ड बाय द लैंड सी थर्मल कॉन्ट्रास्ट विच आई जस्ट land sea thermal contrast which I just explained. But AR is more driven by jet stream or say westerlies, so they are very short term, very short lived also. मानसून एक बार आ गया तो फिर राजा है, काफी दिन तक रहेगा, 4 महीने तो एटलीस्ट है इंडिया में. Now importance for India, for example AR, है ना, atmospheric rivers. It's not, if it is not monsoon then has it to do something with India और Indian context में इसका क्या मतलब है? Let me tell you, आपको पता होगा the western disturbances which we actually witness in November, December, January, February, March, April तक में, और probably later also. Now these rainfall probably say 5 to 10% of Indian rainfall, ये कहाँ से आती हैं, कैसे आती हैं? Let me tell you, ये जो Mediterranean Sea है, यहाँ पे there is a temperate cyclone generation because it is in the temperate latitude. In this area, temperate cyclones are generated. These temperate cyclones, which are full of moisture, they are actually carried towards India by the subtropical westerly jet stream. Subtropical westerly jet stream, and these subtropical westerly jet streams, they actually take lot of water towards India, northwestern India, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Delhi, Punjab, Haryana. Along the foothills of Himalayas, it might go towards northeast as well. Now this actually gives around say 5% of rainfall, very important for rabi crops, very important for say saffron cultivation in Kashmir, very important for crops like say maize also, any rabi crop, wheat. So they are very important for these winter crops. अगर नहीं होता है, जिस साल वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस थोड़े वीक हो जाते हैं, द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ व्हीट एंड अदर रबी क्रॉप्स वो भी थोड़े कम हो जाते हैं. तो दे आर एक्चुअली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लेकिन पॉसिबल फ्यूचर में ये बोल रहे हैं कि देयर कैन बी अ शिफ्ट टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया एंड विद क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से प्रोबेबली इट विल बी मोर इंटेंस टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया. दिस इज हाउ इट कैन चेंज बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज. सो यस, दिस वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस दे एक्चुअली बिहेव लाइक atmospheric rivers in Himalayan region. So yes, if you want, you can have a case study on this as well. So this is something very much linked to India. While you are writing something, suppose say you are writing about atmospheric river as such, बस एक ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन है, और सडनली आपने मूव कर दिया वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेज एज अ केस स्टडी ऑफ एटमॉस्फेरिक रिवर इन इंडिया. वाओ, दैट्स अ ग्रेट थिंग, राइट? बिकॉज मेरा ये मानना है कि while you are writing some answer, say even in paper 1 और कभी जीएस में या कहीं पे भी, ऑलवेज कीप मेंशनिंग ग्लोबल एग्जाम्पल तो है फाइन, बट ऑलवेज कीप मेंशनिंग सर्टेन इंडियन एग्जाम्पल और केस स्टडीज. दिस विल मेक योर आंसर वेरी इंडियनाइज्ड. सपोज एटमॉस्फेरिक रिवर पे कोई ऑस्ट्रेलिया का बच्चा है या फिर अमेरिका का, वो भी तो वही सेम चीज लिखेगा, बट व्हाट मेक्स दैट आंसर वेरी इंडियनाइज्ड? सपोज देयर आर सर्टेन एग्जाम्पल्स फ्रॉम इंडिया. आपको अपनी जो लोकेलिटी है, आपकी अपनी जो सराउंडिंग है, उससे आप अवेयर हो, तभी तो लिखा आपने. सो दिस विल गिव यू, एक्चुअली इट माइट फेच 1 और से हाफ marks extra, and that is a big deal, है ना. You think of in every question, तो बहुत बड़ी deal हो जाती है ये. So this is what western disturbances are about. Now conclusion, if you can have this, they are vital for understanding moisture transport and extreme events. Yes, this is what we discussed. Increasing relevance in climate change and discourse because of the changing climate and increasing global warming. They are also being impacted. They are becoming dangerous and more disastrous. High value topic integrating physical environment and disaster geography. You can actually have this connect here. You see, you can connect physical geography, say in terms of climatology, environmental geography, say in terms of all this heavy rainfall, or say the disaster which happens, or say disaster geography. Obviously in disaster management cycle per se, you can discuss this topic there as well. So you can have, say, एक case study है, probably you can use here, कहीं पे भी. So this is very smartly you can use in your answers as well. So this is what it is. If you want, you can connect with me here. This is my Telegram channel. This is where you can connect me on X. This is the QR code you can scan. And thank you very much for listening me out. And thank you very much again. Bye.